Ma!
I think it's Culligan calling about my water.
Oh, Culligan man. I remember that.
Mm.
Oh,
Like live?
oh my God! Nice
Like
countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1 live?
Why are you the worst producer ever? No,
Never
there's a
even thought.
countdown.
Never even thought. Maybe
Oh my
verbal
gosh.
cues would help here. And
Use your
we
words.
are live. Welcome to the NBA Live Before Lock show. It is Thursday, April 25th. I am Josh Engleman. I'm joined by Eric Lindquist. We are brought to you by Sleeper, and we got a 3-game slate today that looks pretty similar to a previous 3-game slate. I'm excited to break it down, playing it a little bit different than I did a couple days ago. We'll see what you guys are doing. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live, and follow us both on Twitter. What's good, man?
Not yesterday. That was not good. It was very, very bad for me. The J-Val thing yet again, just
We're
he's-
mostly right.
I feel like we are. I wish Willie Green knew that. What do we do? What do we do about this? I can't live this life in pain anymore. Hopefully it'll just be done in 2 games and we won't have to think about it ever again.
I saw somebody's tweet. I think DK retweeted it. And I liked it. It was basically what somebody said, like Joval getting those, like Joval getting buckets in the paint is like a running back running for 3 yards on first down. Like we just don't care. And it's a pretty good analogy because they were basically just trading every bucket of 2 for Joval, and then he couldn't guard a single thing, and Chet was just raining threes. And it's like, yeah, they'll trade 3 for 2 all day.
It's not just that, but once Larry Nance got done, that run that Jalen Williams went on, where he just got to the rim ad nauseum in that fourth quarter, was just laughable. J-Val was late on every switch. He didn't get back in transition. Jalen Williams would just get to the tin, and there was nothing that anybody on New Orleans could do about it. It was just like, there's got to be help defense there, or there has to be somebody who has effort to get back, and you get neither of those things with J-Val. It's just... It is so painful to have to endure these 9-2 first 3 minutes of games and have your slate be over. I'm beyond done with it.
Yeah, it's just going to have to taper because their defense just can't hold up. Their offense, I believe they have the second lowest offensive rating in the playoffs so far.
Yes.
Like it's 100% not working. I just don't know if they have any alternatives. I'm waiting to see when they start going aggressively 5 out for the minutes where Nance isn't out there, and they just go to like a full 5 smalls ish type lineup, you know, the Najee Marshall type dude at the 5, and just see if they can spread it out. And because like you're already not getting the rim protection and stopping people from getting into the paint, so if you're going to do it, at least give yourself the spacing.
That makes complete sense to me. I mean, number 1 worst offense in the NBA throughout these playoffs is by far Orlando right now. Those first 2 games were abysmal, but it's not too far off looking at New Orleans and what they've been doing. Brandon Ingram, he's not 100% right. Nice to see him get going at times yesterday, but it obviously wasn't enough. CJ McCollum's been a no-show, and then the J-Val thing is just so ridiculous. So hopefully they do get to that small lineup and we can take advantage of it in game 3. I haven't even looked ahead to any of the weekend slates yet because I'm still toying on whether or not I'm going to go. I was officially going to go to Phoenix tomorrow to go to the Minnesota game, and then just going back and forth. I'm like, maybe I save it till Sunday or Monday, just in the event that it's an elimination game. I'm trying to decide which one I want to go to.
Joval was -7 in his first 7-minute stint. Can you think about how impossible that is?
Yeah, when you had 9 points in the first 2.5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, it's truly crazy. It's truly crazy. Like OKC just doesn't care. They're thrilled he's out there.
Yep,
thrilled.
They should be. I mean, again, it wasn't even that first quarter that pissed me off as much as it did watching that. It was definitely that fourth quarter once Larry Nance got hurt. He got dinged up, went to the locker room, and then J-Val came back out there. And I'm just watching it, and it was just like he wasn't even... It's not that he's not trying, because I know he's trying, but like he's incapable of doing anything correctly defensively. Anybody who's played basketball or cares about actual basketball, anything you see from J-Val makes you want to rip your hair out. It is just so painful. From a fantasy perspective, again, we cover fantasy. We talk about fantasy all the time. He is the most obvious example I've seen in a long time of like a good fantasy player and a terrible real life basketball player.
Yeah, I mean, they had to switch their entire defensive identity up in the first half just because it was going so poorly that they had to just camp him and spread everybody out so they can get out onto the wide open threes Chet was bombing. I loved it. It was great. It was nice to watch. It was frustrating to watch the first couple of minutes, and then OKC went up and I was like, yep, okay, this is working out exactly like I think it will. When will they cut his minutes? I'm not quite sure.
Game 3, just in time for me to maybe attend a game and then not benefit from it. That'll be great. I'll probably not play the slate. That'll be great.
All right. Well, you want to talk
Rant
some Thursday slate?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's talk pay-ups for today. Buckle up, everybody. Here we go. We have $11,500 Nikola Jokic. We have $10,400 Joel Embiid. They are the two guys that are north of 10K. And then we have a 9K range of AD at 9,800, LeBron James at 9,500, and Jalen Brunson at 9,400. Kind of similar ownership across the board. Call it 15 for Jokic, 20 for Embiid, 20 for AD, 20 for LeBron, 10 for Jalen Brunson. When you look at the payups, do you have a priority? Yes. I do. And yeah, I have a crazy priority.
Oh, like not a crazy priority? Is that what you're saying? You do.
I have 72% of one of the 5 gentlemen we just mentioned.
Okay. So out of Jokic, Embiid, Davis, LeBron.
Jalen Brunson as well.
Jalen Brunson as well. So I'm going to go with Jokic based on the way that you said that.
That would be incorrect.
Interesting. Okay. I have 40% Jokic. I have 50% Anthony Davis right now. I'm pretty in love with
one of us is going to win money tonight.
Cool. So you're going to just all the Embiid and all the land. Tell me why.
Give me all of the Embiid that you could possibly get to tonight, baby. Ooh. All right. Well, talk to me about Jokic. Talk to me about AD.
Okay, so we just saw this matchup. I think it's a little bit easier for me to get to Jokic on this slate than what it was Monday. And, one thing we were going to do is basically kind of play the armchair quarterback, look back on kind of what your process was from Monday, because we got the identical slate today from what that was before. But going through some of my exposures from Monday here, because I kept them just in case we were going to chat about this and wanted to be able to look through it. I had no Gary Harris. You had all the Gary Harris. And I don't think Mo Wagner is that crazy. I had a lot of Mo Wagner in that spot. And I think the ability for me to feel more confident in what those minutes can be for Mo Wagner, we saw 5 minutes for Jonathan Isaac in the second half. And again, I know this doesn't speak to the top end, but for me, I find it less prohibitive based on what I'm getting from Mo Wagner, from Gary Harris, from Jonathan Isaac, from some of these pieces that I think going back into Orlando, I think we're going to see them play better offensively. I feel more confident getting to some of those cheap Orlando pieces that are mega chalk for sure. But as a result, 3,600 Mo Wagner and some of those other Orlando pieces are giving me the ability to get up to Jokic and Davis in a way that I wasn't before. And Embiid's interesting because, again, he's $600 more. He's projected for 5 fantasy points better here at Stochastic than we have for Anthony Davis. And yet it does seem like that $600 is strenuous for me based on the guys that I'm playing on the bottom end. So Jokic on the top end where, he's projected 4 or 5 fantasy points higher. He'll be on the road for sure, but it is going to be a competitive game still, I think, tonight between them and Los Angeles. But Jokic, 11-5. I do still want to get the raw points from him over that of Embiid, but Embiid has more optimal percentage, 11% better optimal percentage. So I see what you're seeing, but if you want to expand on it, go ahead.
This is going to sound insane. I'm willing to have the conversation, but just pulling rates for Embiid, I don't know if it's just them being at home or what's causing me to project him the way that I'm projecting him. But I took a lap through all of the rates. I made my tweaks to usage, assists, rebounds, etc. So we have Jokic at 64. We have Joel Embiid at 60. I have it 63 Jokic, 63 Embiid.
Wow.
I have just, that's an extra 3 fantasy points. We have them 6 ahead of AD, 7 ahead of LeBron. I have it a bit more extreme than that right now. I'm barely getting AD. I'm barely getting LeBron. I hate it so much. And we'll see what that ends up looking like after the final run. But Joel Embiid is like a 40% usage rate when he plays with all these dudes that are out there. And it doesn't matter if Melton or anything is coming back. He's got a 40% usage rate in most playoff series. I didn't go there. I went 38.5. But I see a dude that's going to try to save the season. Like, is it going to go well? It might not. But down 2-0, heading back to Philly, had the extra day of rest. I think you're going to get the best thing you could possibly get out of Embiid. I'm curious to see if you get a hometown whistle tonight, leading him to getting on the line a little bit more, try to establish some points that way. But in 38 minutes, given the fact that he has a usage rate that is unparalleled at the top, I think he's the guy most likely to just go absolutely insane.
I guess there's one thing that I've kind of overlooked looking through my stuff, and that's Kyle Lowry's playing massive minutes. And that's a guy with a 12.8% usage, the lowest on the entire team this season. At 17th percentile in the NBA for reference, just in comparing him to everywhere that is. He needs to be out there defensively. He's been a good defender the last few years, and it would seem that they're not going to go to Buddy Hield really at all. Maybe a stint or two if he gets hot, awesome. But they're not really going to go to Buddy Hield. They're not going to have to go crazy to DeAnthony Melton if he ends up playing here in this spot. But I do think Kyle Lowry's existence out there, playing more minutes than I expected him to in this series, definitely helps out a little bit, because then you're basically just funneling all of that to Maxey and Embiid. If you get Oubre off the floor, Harris has been just an absolute nothing here the last couple games, but I suppose Kyle Lowry just existing there, I think that's going to be useful just in terms of somebody that you don't have to worry about any shots really getting taken from Joel Embiid. So I don't mind the 40% usage rate. I mean, that's what he's had, 40.2% usage in 1,422 minutes this season. So I have no problem having that be where you set a baseline for him in a must-win down 0-2 game. But I will say, just because of the way that Jokic goes about it, where, fills up a box score, and it's not that Embiid doesn't, because Embiid does pretty much everything well, has a 31.5% assist rate, has, a 26.7% defensive rebound percentage. I mean, he's elite too, but it would seem as though I'm still prioritizing getting to Jokic.
I wouldn't mind it, that's for sure. I mean, when it comes to these guys at the top, it's hard to be mad about whatever you get. It only makes you feel bad when you don't have one of these other, all-star, all-NBA level names. But yeah, it's overwhelmingly Embiid. And then I'm actually 2xing Jalen Brunson on the opposite side, which kind of makes me happy. Like if I'm going to be getting to that much Embiid, I'd rather have a little bit more of Brunson and hope that the Philly-New York game is some sort of outlier at the top end. The guy that I have the least actually is your boy, Nikola Jokic. And I think it's just a salary thing. That extra $1,100 is tough when I have these guys projected very similarly. I don't think we have all that much value at the bottom. You've got Mo Wagner pulling a ton of it. He's the only guy sub 4K projected for more than 10% ownership right now. If you want to lump Gary Harris in at 4K, he's 20%. It just makes it a little bit harder for me to get to Jokic. I think that extra $1,100 for me is proving to be very, very valuable.
Yep, I get it. For me, to play devil's advocate on it, I just think the game environment that we have for Denver, LA is potentially so much better than the other two. Orlando, incredible defensively at home, really good home court this entire season. New York, Philly, it's been an absolute grind. Joel Embiid, I still think you got to rip him off the floor and have some kind of minutes for Paul Reed, or you're going to have Nick Nurse get arrested after the game if you play 44 minutes or something of Embiid. AD, I think, is live to play 44. We saw 43 that first game, 39 last time out. Him and LeBron are going to play a ton. I do think that, I got the D'Angelo Russell game last game, and I don't think he can play a whole hell of a lot better. And that's the problem there, is that, you needed to win that game too if you were the Lakers. But the way you combat that is you just play your best players, Anthony and LeBron. You just play them 42 plus minutes here in this spot. So I don't hate LeBron at 9,500 by any means, but there's more of that than I'm just willing to distribute to Anthony Davis. Offensively, kind of getting everything that he wants to in the mid-range. They're allowing him to do that. So Anthony Davis gets in a rhythm. There's really no stopping him here in this spot. I'm sure that they'll give some different looks to him, mix it up a little bit as well, because for all intents and purposes, Denver did not play well in game 2. They're very lucky to be up 2-0. So Anthony Davis will have to make some kind of adjustments on it, but at 9,800, $600 off of Embiid in the better game environment with more minutes upside, for me, that's kind of where I'm landing.
I had a ton of LeBron this morning when I did the strategy show, and I was just like, oh, this is like a no-brainer. I'm just going to have this dude all day. And then I got to like 4 o'clock when I usually sit down and take a lap back through everybody's rates just to see like, okay, am I here? Is the whole industry on the same sort of side as me?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I realized that at some point in time, instead of changing LeBron James' defensive rebounding rate, I put it down that he rebounds 9% of 9 offensive rebounds per 100 possessions, which is quite a big offensive rebounding rate. So apparently I was just juicing him to the gills while I did the show this morning. Glad I found
9 per
that.
100. So 9% is like, so I know 80th percentile is generally around 8.5%, like offensive rebound rate. You had him at 9.
Yeah.
That's gonna change things. Yes.
Yeah, that would be like it would be like 7 or 8 offensive rebounds per game basically for him, which is, not how it happens.
Might be an outlier. J-Val could do it in 3 minutes.
Yeah, only if I fade him.
Well, I did. So that's the only way I know how to play J-Val is not playing him at all.
All right. Let's hit a couple of the super chats that have come in. You know exactly where we're starting. Ace of Spades, DK Tears. Once again, I didn't do anything to prepare for this, even though I knew it would be one of the first things that we did, but I'm pulling it up now and we're going to walk through it the same way. Maybe by tomorrow, I will run a sim for this and just have my answers ready to go. The more likely scenario is that I forget again.
Hit the like button, everybody. Thanks, Ace of Spades.
Hey, we're giving the goods, but my preparation for it is usually lacking. Embiid, Jokic, AD, Brunson.
Jokic.
It is technically Jokic for me. I would assume I would rather play Embiid just for the ownership gap between the two, just based on how I have it projected. But,
gotcha.
LeBron, Mitchell, Banchero, Jamal Murray.
LeBron.
Wait. That's interesting that they put LeBron in tier 2 and Brunson in tier 1. When I read it, I was just like, did I read all of that shit wrong the first time? Either way, it's LeBron and it's not close because of that stupidity. Tier 3, Maxey, Allen, Mobley, Franz, and Josh Hart.
Maxey.
Yeah, Maxey, and I don't have it particularly close.
Nope.
Russell, Garland, Reeves, Porter Jr., Gordon, and DiVincenzo.
That is Russell for me. I hate it.
Yep. Same. That's why I looked. Tobias Harris, Karis LeVert, Kelly Oubre, Max Strus, OG Anunoby, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Jalen Suggs.
Tobias Harris. Yuck.
Yep. I have Tobias Harris.
I would want to play Hartenstein again. I do think the 30 minutes might have affected Mitchell Robinson, where, again, now we saw it flip. Now everybody's going to adjust it. I doubt it's going to flip back at any point this series. I bet we don't see Mitchell Robinson play more than 20, 22 minutes any game, maybe the rest of the postseason.
See, based on my hypothesis for Embiid, I wouldn't be surprised if he fouls up Hartenstein early, and they are a little bit flatter today. But that's like a this, then that type scenario.
Gotcha.
It's my dream scenario for what I want to happen for Joel Embiid. Final tier, Rui Hachimura, Kyle Lowry, Mitchell Robinson, KCP, Isaac Batum, McBride, and my boy, Gary Harris.
Rui Hachimura.
I've got it as Isaac by about a half point, but it's those two and no one else.
Rui played a fudge ton last time out. Didn't do anything with it.
Nope, absolute dog shit. So I hope he responds today because he's in 3/4 of my stuff.
That'll be fun. 3/4, really?
For right now. Yeah, I don't like it either.
Oof.
Chris Williams, thank you for the gifted memberships as per usual. You're the man. Deuce Trey, what's cracking, fellas? FanDuel plays position by position.
I made FanDuel lineups. I did do that. I had the foresight for that at least.
Well,
over there, Rui
that
is
one to you then.
Yeah, so Rui was the guy that I got to the most, but He's the most overowned relative to our boom bust tool right now. When you just put those side by side, I got 78% of him. He's 50.5% owned and only 28.8% optimal. I would be looking at trimming that if I were playing on FanDuel today, but I am not. Paulo Banchero, Jalen Suggs. I think Jalen Suggs, you just have to treat it as he's a full go. I know we all saw his knee like dislocate from his body and come back and play. Those Minnesota boys, they're born, they're raised different. So Jalen Suggs, I expect him to play 34 minutes in this spot, 32, 34, probably looking at your projection there. I'm pretty happy to be playing him even at 5,800, kind of a necessity at shooting guard over there, where Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is pulling more ownership, but somebody that I would be looking at getting away from at 5,100. He's going to have a decent shooting game at some point, but it would seem that they are just having him locked down over on the defensive side on LeBron. They've had some really fun possessions this postseason, but Kentavious Caldwell-Pope on FanDuel, you're looking for some stocks to go with some of those threes that he could potentially knock down, but I think that's the overowned piece I'd be looking away from. The guy that I like the most on the top end, 8,300 Paulo Banchero on FanDuel. I have way more of him over on FanDuel in my built-out lineups than what I do over on DraftKings. And then Jonathan Isaac, pretty much a great play on both sides. So 5,700. I think there's volatility to the minutes, but I don't really know how to not play him today because of the positionality. We'll talk about him because I know that he's somebody you took a very aggressive stand against last time around, but we all saw him play 5 minutes in that second half this time around. Curious what you're doing with him.
I have him today.
Okay, cool. I'm at the field, so I don't have a stand. I'm playing a lot more of the Mo Wagner piece because I mean, it went well first time around. I'm playing more of him, Gary Harris. I just think this could be a rotation for Orlando that becomes 8-man, or we see Caleb Houston potentially play some more because they need to find something. They need to have shooting of some sort go in the bucket, and I think they'll probably remove Markelle Fultz entirely from the rotation this time around. Cole Anthony, I don't even know what he was doing last time, but this is going to be an interesting one on the Orlando side.
All right. Next super chat was the real AD sent a members message. Does it ever make sense to run negative correlation? Yeah. I mean, but you're going to have it no matter what. And if you're playing a bunch of lineups.
Houston, oh my God, this dude. I'm not saying play Caleb Houston. I want that to be very clear. I'm just saying that that's somebody that they dusted off in order to have him out there for 3 minutes. And I think that was with the idea of like, we need to do something different and not have Markelle Fultz on the floor who we know he can't shoot.
Riley Cooper, draft question. Should Atlanta take Phoenix in the first? I don't know.
Atlanta, like, that just gave Kirk Cousins $500 trillion freaking dollars. No.
I don't know anything about it.
Penix, I would be shocked if Penix didn't go.
It's not Penix?
Michael Penix Jr. from Washington.
Why is it penis then? I don't call it. Do you call it your penis?
No, I don't call it my penis.
It's only one different letter. It's the final letter. Aren't the first four the same?
Are you 12? What's going on?
I don't know. I'm just saying that it's Penix.
Why is Jordan Klein giggling like a little child? Why are you giggling?
You know why.
Look at him
giggling. You know why he's giggling. Hilarious.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. You guys can go to Ireland and touch each other's penixes. That'll be nice.
We're going to go kiss each other at the Blarney Stone. It's going to be great.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Phoenix, whatever. Michael McKinney, 5 must plays in single entry cash games. Thanks. That was his thanks, by the way, not me being sarcastic. That's the last word.
Got you. Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Mo Wagner, John Isaac, Austin Reeves, Tyrese Maxey, probably Suggs, but if you want it to be from a different team and not have 3 guys from the Magic, Jamal Murray. But Mo Wagner, you don't have a choice.
Yep. Play.
All right, what else we have here?
Good things.
Oh, all right. Well, we don't have any other super chats to look at. We've spoken a little bit about our favorite pay-up options for today, which means we're at the time that everybody wants to be at. who is going to be the exotic play of the night? I don't know who's going to be for me. Oh, I got mine.
Very obvious for me.
You going the big dog?
I thought it was the fucking big dog. You know that movie? No. Okay. It's Tin Cup. That's fine.
Haven't seen it in a while.
It's really good. He's like, hey, give me the big dog. And when he has the big fat guy caddying for him at the US Open qualifier, he goes, I thought it was the fucking big dog. It's the best.
Oh, man.
And still going, Roy. And still going. Anyway.
That seems great.
I love that movie.
Don Johnson just stripes it down the road.
Don Johnson is awesome, man. I've never
fan.
seen Don Johnson in a movie that I didn't like him in.
He's great. He's great in Eastbound and Down as Kenny's dad.
Really? I don't remember that actually. I haven't seen that show for a long time.
He's in Mexico and he goes by the alias Eduardo Sanchez.
That is truly one of the best shows ever. But Righteous Gemstones is also just incredible, so I won't complain. Anyway, Mo Wagner, your exotic play of the night. I have no choice. I have 90% of him, so there you go.
Mo Wagner, exotic play of the day. I get it. You know what? I'm not going to do it because I don't have as much as the other guy that I'm actually going to take here. I kind of want to take Franz and
Wendell Carter Jr. starting.
Well, everything.
I am betting everything. Hang on. Go. Bet.
Yeah, bet Wendell Carter Jr. overs right now.
Betting Jonathan Isaac unders. Go.
I would be more likely to bet Wendell Carter Jr. overs, but do what you want.
I got to do both on Prize Picks, so I don't have a choice.
All right, guys, hustle on that one. Starting lineup for the Magic: Suggs, Harris, Franz Wagner, Banchero, Wendell Carter Jr. That was the third choice that I would have expected for this one, but whatever. I definitely just started running all of my shit, and that
doesn't matter.
Just going to have to take a break for the next 10, 15 minutes. Time to think about what he's going to play in this matchup, because that, I think, is the most interesting piece. Let's take a peek at Wendell Carter Jr. When Wendell Carter Jr. has started games this year, he has... That's the playoffs, moron.
They just have to rebound the basketball, and they're going to just have Wendell out there a lot more. I think it's going to be dependent on how he rebounds. Also, what is his 3-point percentage still in the season and everything? Just
by the way, 1,258 minutes, 48 starts. He has averaged 26 minutes per start.
He is going to be in a lot of my lineups. Like 100% of my lineups.
I think I'm going to go 24 minutes.
Yeah, I think you want to go a little bit less than that purely because you're going to get him at 4,200 ad nauseum as it is. This just comes down to what is it that Orlando needs to do to adjust based off of what we saw. They need to knock down shots too. He's a 37.4% three-point shooter, 69% at the rim. Again, you've got two of the better defenders at the rim there, but Wendell Carter, it's hard to put him for less than 24. I can tell you that much. Like 18 off the bench.
Where do the minute? I'm just going to take most defaults. I'm going to leave
Isaac's like unplayable now.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Because he's going to be owned still. That's what I'm saying, is the ownership. I'm not saying that from a projection standpoint, it's not wrong to not get there, but if we're going to have ownership that's still going to be 30-40% on him come luck, I bet it drops to like 20-ish, but like even still, I don't want to get to like any at that kind of a number now.
I'm looking at it. I mean, Wendell Carter Jr., if you give him 24 minutes at 4,200, this is the guy that's going from you didn't think about him today to 30-40% owned.
Yeah, I'm going to have him more than that. I can tell you that much. Let me see. I'm putting this in 24 minutes. This is still a terrible matchup. So there is that. There's definitely a path to failure. It's not like I'm going to... Wendell Carter, 18% usage. seem like the right number to put in there?
That's exactly what I have.
Okay.
I just can't figure out what I want to do here with Isaac. I think I'm going to leave him at 24 minutes. Am I crazy?
I'm dropping that. I mean, if you keep him there, he's right around a 1.1 in this matchup. Just basically go like a flat 1 or a little less.
I have him at 0.98 for the day. So
yep, man, we're talking through this correctly. Then around 0.98 for Isaac. 20 minutes. He's going to be projected for less than 20. There's still a chance he comes off and makes it happen, but it's less likely now. Wendell Carter 0.95 on the season, 1,430 minutes. I'm just putting this all together. Put him at like.
How does this make you feel about Mo Wagner? Because that seems problematic.
I don't think it does. I think Mo Wagner's still going to play enough, and he's sub 4K, so like kind of a necessity. This is now a must-win game for a lot of these teams, and like it's hard to predict what happens because it's so dependent on how the game's going, right? It's going to be if you have Wendell Carter come out and smash, Wendell Carter Jr. is going to play 26 minutes and you're going to want him. If he has a bad first rotation, they're down 5-7, and Jonathan Isaac gets the first crack, and then Mo Wagner comes out there. Again, I go back to that game one. The best lineup that they threw out there was Suggs, Wagner, Banchero, Carter Jr. Or no, it was Mo Wagner and Joe Ingles at that one point in the fourth quarter where they made like a 7-0 run. But I don't think Mo is going to be somebody I drop from like, I'll take 2 minutes off from like 17 to 15. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about it. So here's a talking point for everybody. Game 2, Paolo's minutes, Wendell Carter Jr.'s minutes, Isaac's minutes, Mo Wagner's minutes, 99.3. 96 minutes would make up everything at the 4, everything at the 5. So in theory, they played these like 3 of these guys at the same time for about 3 minutes. In game 1, 41 minutes for Banchero, 15 for Wendell Carter Jr., close to 29 for John Isaac, and 13 for Mo Wagner. 98 total minutes, so 2 north. So basically what we're looking at is we need to allocate around 98 minutes to the 4 of those guys. And I think we can feel pretty good that 39 or 40 of them have to go to Paolo Banchero.
Yes.
So if that's the case, your goal total, like right now, my total is 104. I don't agree with what I have there. It's not to say that they can't move John Isaac to the 3 for a 6-minute stretch alongside 2 of these guys and they get there. They haven't shown it in the first 2 games. It is a different rotation. So, you want to be probably in that 98 to 100 range. Someone's going to get a bite taken out of their minutes, and I just don't know who that really is right now. And that's the scary part. It does make me think that Isaac has to get walked back a little bit further. It also makes me think that I got to walk Mo Wagner back down to 16.
You know who I think might benefit working through this? Like, Suggs played 29 minutes, but was basically dinged up. Didn't finish out that second quarter, came back at the half. 33 minutes in game 1, 29 minutes in game 2. I might put him at like 36 because I just keep looking at the fact that Cole Anthony is 0 for 11 from the field so far. I doubt under any circumstance we really see Markelle Fultz. Played 6 minutes last time out after 13, 0 for as well, offensively searching. So like I'm just going to trim them and not think about it too much, but like maybe we see Suggs play 36, 38 minutes and we do see Isaac slide over and keeping him closer to the minutes. I think there's a chance they go to a lot of like bigger lineups where it's just 8.5 dudes, where again, Ingles will play 14, 15 minutes still, no matter what, probably not more. But I think Isaac playing the 3 is very, very likely now off the bench, where you take him off, like you take Franz Wagner off for 1 rotation. You slide Isaac over, you kind of go to a hot hand approach, but like, I think we got to put Wendell Carter in for like 25, Paolo Banchero for 42, Franz around 40. Gary Harris is kind of shooting dependent, not really. 33 and 34 minutes. The first two just didn't shoot it well the first game. I think Isaac probably plays somewhere close. So I think you're probably onto something by not trimming Isaac too much, because I think Mo Wagner's the guy I'll take 2 minutes from. He played 21 in game 2, 13 in game 1. I'll go from like 17 to 15 on him, and then I'll just keep Isaac somewhat close to the same.
I feel like I'm over projecting this group. I don't really know what else I can change. I have 23 for Isaac, 16 for Mo Wagner, 39 for Paolo, and 24 for Wendell Carter Jr. I'm starting to think that Wendell Carter Jr. is the guy that I need to take another minute off of, honestly.
If I just go 23, so I had Wendell at 24. I'll go to 23 on him, 16 on Mo Wagner, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
This is gross. This is gross.
I'm excited. I wanted a little like turmoil to pop up here.
So what do you think Wendell Carter? So I mean, do we get our ownership update here? Because I'm just kind of doing my part of the equation.
I have him third overall.
Yeah, I'm very curious what his ownership gets to, because
it's got to be 30 plus.
I mean, I just ran it first time through 68% in my top 150. I'm playing 50 lineups, so we'll see.
I mean, at 4,200, like he's the best option pay down wise relative to salary, other than him being a center, which will limit him a little bit, especially on a day with Embiid and Jokic out there. And now AD being center only. That dynamic is now really interesting, whether you go, and that ignores, your Jared Allens of the world and stuff, but you go pay up Wendell Carter Jr., do you go double pay ups? There's a couple different paths here. Obviously, we've gone off the rails a little bit for the show.
But it's good.
Oh, I never even did it. Austin Reeves, White of the Night.
It broke in between. That was the longest exotic play of the night segment in the history of Live Before Lock, which, again, 1 minute is too long for that segment, but let alone 20 minutes that we expanded
Promo
on.
code double, $5 for the MLB lineup generator. If you've never signed up for anything at Stochastic before, the MLB lineup generator is the tool you're looking for on the baseball side, or on any side, really. Get any one of the lineup generators. But we create thousands and thousands of lineups. We cut all of the junk, and we only present the rest to you. If you like the lineup, click save. If you don't, click discard. You could lock players, swap players, contrarian builds, chalky builds, balance builds, whatever you're looking for. Export up to 20 via CSV. You can get it right now for $5 using the promo code double, link in chat. So I had to get that one done. We're already at 640 and things are happening. Have we gotten ownership yet?
No, but I will say the main thing that I'm very curious is what happens with your Embiid ownership, because that is the thing that I feel like is going to be in flux for me is Jokic. I just ran something very, very loose. I'm going to wait for our stuff to come through here as well, but
it should be updated. I just saw an update at 6:39 in the notifications channel.
The ownership just came in at 340. Projections still, we're waiting, I think.
Okay. Ownership is... No,
nope,
I think
now 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go.
Cool. I got a little bit of time, so I'm not going to... I assume we're going to run it again.
Yes.
Hold on. Where did he show up?
Nope. We're still waiting on Wendell.
Yeah, he's up to 11%. That's going to go higher than that.
Yeah. If he's
depending
11%,
on what we projected him for. We went 16 and a half minutes. That must just not be updated. Or
that's
I didn't
what I
refresh.
Said. Yeah, no, it didn't refresh yet.
Okay,
it was 1 minute.
There
was other things that were getting updated. It wasn't the Wendell Carter piece. I think we got to be very smart about how we project him in the last 18 minutes, because this game locks and center is important. Joel Embiid, Jokic, Anthony Davis, and now Wendell Carter. Those are ridiculous options. And we didn't even mention Jared Allen, who's like destroyed the slate the last couple, like had 20 rebounds, it seems like, every single time out. So I don't know. It feels like this is Orlando's attempt to try to get size out on the floor to stop rebounding, because that's been the thing that's killed them, like, other than shooting at like 26%, 27% from three or something. It's just been abysmal.
I'm going to circle back to some of those super chats that popped up. Best bets for tonight from Olrat. Mobley over PRA. I don't know.
Let me take a look here for you. I
haven't bet on anything in weeks.
Oh, I've been betting like an absolute sicko on everything. Let's take a look here. I like D'Angelo Russell under 5.5 assists. I like, what else did I fire up today?
Not over on PRA for Evan Mobley. That much I could tell you.
No, I would not probably do that for sure. Let me find this. I like Anthony Davis 2.5 assists. Miles McBride, I like unders. Pretty much across the board for him. And Aaron Gordon under 4.5 assists. Well, another one. I have a lot of unders going tonight.
DC24 said, does this help Mo Wagner or hurt him? Probably neither. I don't think it helps, but my stance on Mo Wagner is mostly indifference after this. Like, he's still a great play. I don't think that anything really changed for him.
I'm with you.
And then Jay with the super chat, Lakers versus Nuggets showdown. That is a thing.
That is a thing. Rui Hachimura was somebody that I had a ton when I ran some showdown stuff earlier. I'm not sure what to tell you here. I'll double back here in a second once we get everything done with the Orlando side.
Yeah, we got plenty of time yet. 15 minutes. It's hard because I want to ask you like who your favorite GPP plays are, but we just added a 4K value center to the 3-game slate. Like
Jamal Murray was the guy that I was going to make nuke of the night, if you care about that.
Okay.
I had 60% Jamal Murray, but
I mean, my most exposed guy was John Isaac.
Nice, Jordan. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It's just that there's actually news that broke, and that actually I don't think we have time to like do the graphic and the thing. And
my nuke of the night is Rui Hachimura.
Love.
Hate it.
Well, there's that. He's the Amber Heard play apparently then too.
Michael Pavlik, member for 12 months. Congrats. Go Cavs. Love this show. No, go Magic.
Yeah, go Magic. I want this series to keep going.
I just like the Magic, and I don't like the Cavs. I just want Donovan.
I want Donovan
Mitchell to leave. I want Donovan Mitchell to leave and go somewhere else.
Yeah, that'd be great. Like New York, that would be enjoyable.
No, that would be a terrible move for the Knicks.
Oh, it's probably live to happen, so probably deal with it.
I would not want the Brunson Mitchell backcourt.
Well, I think they do.
Not for what it would cost.
There you go. That's the right way of looking at it. I think
like if they could just sign him into cap space, then I would like obviously acquire that talent. But for what has to go out, I'd rather get somebody that I think fits the team a little bit better.
Fair.
Let's see. Right, nothing else coming into chat. I'm still waiting on that projections update before I can run a sim.
Yep. Oh, over 12.5 rebounds for Jared Allen. I'm still going to bet that again. Third straight game.
There you go. He's been great, which is interesting because he was diggity dog shit last year.
Yep. He probably remembers that.
Maybe I'm too high on Wendell Carter Jr.'s minutes.
I don't think I am. I don't think you are either. I think 24, I am just staying there. I'm at
23.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold there.
Yep.
I have 100 minutes projected between that foursome now. I'm going to walk away from it at that point. That would be 4 minutes together as a 3 group.
Yeah. I just keep looking at this over and over where Sam Merrill's like out of the rotation. Again, people are like wondering why we're focused on this. This is the first game that locks. And obviously this is a piece of news that really, really matters. Center is so insanely valuable. And if you somehow get 18 minutes out of Wendell Carter, I'll be in shambles. It would my lineups are looking. But I bet they go to a lot of big lineups to try to just, again, make it ugly. You're at home. Jalen Suggs, as long as he's a full go, I don't see a lot of reason for them to go to Fultz. I don't see a ton for Anthony, although Anthony probably still gets a chance. This is just going to be a lot of these dudes that I'm just going to rotate through. Mo Wagner, tons of him. I'm going to stick with it. And then Wendell Carter, tons of him. Down quite a bit on Isaac, but still going to have a little bit. It's just a weird, tricky rotation.
Sleeper is our sponsor. Get up to $500 on your first deposit. You guys should take advantage of those deposit offers, guys. It's the easiest way to get a little bit of additional cash. Play through it. If you find out you don't like the site, you just have extra money at that point. But I think you will like it. Dynamic payouts on your picks up to 100x. They run free squares on an almost daily basis. I believe Jalen Brunson has one for tonight. You guys can sign up using the link in chat or the one in the description of this video. If you're playing on pick'em sites, if you're not in a legal betting state and you haven't signed up yet for Sleeper, this is absolutely what you should be doing. Let's see. Oh, brother. Biting tongue now.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. How many minutes did you predict D'Anthony Melton plays tonight?
Like 10.
Yeah, I'd put him in for 14, so I'm a little high on him, I think. But
yeah.
Buddy Hield.
Whatever I give him, I'm not going to get him, so.
Same.
6:50. We have about 9 minutes to go, which is disconcerting for me right now. That's neither here nor there, because there's nothing I can do about it at this point other than run my shit with this.
That's the spirit.
Well, you know.
Yep. Just wait.
Is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be able to wait. Whatever we have now is going to be whatever I go with.
I'm going to wait here for another 2 minutes. We got to get that going, boys. We got it.
Let's do it. Prefer to wait.
Yep.
That's for sure.
That'd be great.
Allegedly it's up.
Is it? I don't see it.
30 seconds.
There we go. 30 seconds. There it goes. Just got pushed on my end.
Oh, yeah. Right. We're and it's dramatically different. So
good.
As I expected it to be, and why I didn't want to continue.
Hey, we were
Palamalu.
There you go. We got him around 23 for everybody who gives a shit. There you go. Yeah. Which should be everybody for what it's worth.
Yes, it should. Well, now the scramble is on, folks. As you're running things, let me know what you're starting to see. I'm dumping all of the updated data into my sheet. I'm hoping that I can get done what I'm trying to get done, but that is going to be a bit of a journey. But the journey is the destination sometimes.
Shut up.
Isn't it?
Just shut up.
Me? What do I do?
That's dumb. We don't need that. We need minutes. We need you to tell us what you have in your lineups.
I would like to, but there's not a chance that anybody is going to know that answer because I have 7 minutes and 55 seconds. And
that's an eternity in NBA DFS on a 3-game slate. Stop it. Stop it. You can do it. Nicorette can help. You probably need it because of Jordan Klein, those pouches.
I mean, Nicorette is just those pouches in gum form.
That's true.
All right. I'm making progress here. When you start seeing whatever you've got, be sure to shout it out because I'm going to be behind you in this little journey we've got going on.
Let's go. All right.
Ooh, Boom Bus updated as well.
Yep. That's
Does that mean we got ownership as well, or no?
Not yet. I'm still 10 minutes behind.
Then I'll never get that. So we're going to change to contest.
Oh, we got it. We got it. Ownership in. 42 seconds ago.
What's Wendell Carter Jr. at? Like 20 and change? 40. Wendell. Where do you see ownership being updated? I have it 13 minutes ago. Are you looking at the right table? Oh, yeah. I'm already mostly pool ownership anyway, so we're good. This is going to get ultra tight for my second run, that's for sure.
No, you're right. I'm doing something different.
I knew I was right.
Okay.
I knew I was right.
I know. You knew that I knew, but you knew, but now you know.
If you don't know, now you know.
Eh. You
I
don't
can't keep going
score
though.
until you score. Until you score, baby. Yeah.
Who's my Gary Harris McDaniels play of the night? Rui Hachimura.
Love it. Gary Harris McDaniels. Yeah, you've been on it with those cheapies.
I
Eric
know my
oversells
cheapies.
everything. Caddy boy, Fernando, fuck off. Very kindly, in a nice way. In a nice way.
This doesn't sound nice.
It was nice intended. It was nicely intended.
6 minutes to go, folks. You guys scrambling like we are? If you are, hit that like button. We needed something like this. It feels like the regular season all over again, don't it?
Yep.
All right, I got my first run done.
I
got
don't.
some.
See, and you thought you were gonna be. You thought you were gonna be.
Oh,
ahead
I
of me.
don't want this run. I want the next run. The next run is way more important to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna just upload this though, and then I'll be able to talk about it. Just have it in.
Okay, yeah, that's just gonna have to exist.
I'm only worried about this game right now, so
I'm very excited to see what I'm gonna end up late swapping after this.
Oh God.
All right, let's run script number 1. Boom. At the very least, I can get an idea of where I stand before I get this second one done. At least that's the plan, Stan. All right. Save, refresh. Excuse me.
It's disgusting. How dare you?
How dare I?
How dare you break wind before me? I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know it was your turn. I have 100% Wendell Carter. Fuck me. Oh, God.
Let's see. I have 100% Wendell Carter Jr. as well out of the gate.
Cool.
Double funk me.
Yep.
That won't maintain, I don't think, but.
Oh, it is for me. I have 100 of him and I have 100 of Mo Wagner as I took him to 17 minutes.
I am going to assume. Oh, look, how I feel about that completely comes down to how owned he is. Yep. And if we're right on the ownership, then I feel great. If we're not, and I don't mean it like that, just like the higher that goes, the less that 100% is what it actually should have been in the long run. Mm-hmm. All right, I just got my second run done. So yay to that. We have 3.5 minutes to go. How are things looking? What else do you have now? What else has changed?
Jokic, my God, 25% of him, 30% Anthony Davis. I didn't see this coming at any point. This is what happens when you get 100% of a center. Yeah, it is gotten trimmed. I think LeBron's a better play now. I'm probably going to give him a little bit of a boost, mainly because I'm just going to be cheering for him over Anthony Davis, I think, to some extent. It's a positionality thing. And if you're going to get your guy Embiid, that's the one that I'm the most curious about with you, because I think there is a case for just being able, 4,200, he's the best piece of value now for me on this slate. And then I'm just jamming Mo Wagner, it would appear, with it because of positionality. So I don't feel great about it, but I like what I have to some extent. It's just gonna have to be this. I've got what, 3 minutes? Yeah,
2.5 minutes to go here.
Okay.
I have 0 Mo Wagner right now. We still have him projected for 57% ownership.
I'm going to be very, very different from you. I think they will sell out whatever they can to make sure that they are rebounding the basketball.
You didn't hear me. We still have him projected for 5,700.
Oh, he's not going to be that. He's okay. Got it.
I have 12% right now, and I'm willing to maintain that. John Isaac is in 8% of my lineups. Still have every bit of the Reeves stuff at the top. This has really flattened me out a little bit. Extreme stand still on Embiid, which I can handle. I knocked Wendell Carter Jr. down to the 60s, which I'm happy with. I don't want to go too extreme because I really just don't trust the scramble of this situation. Don't have any Hartenstein. I'm going to put whatever I have in right now and continue to look at this for the final minute and a half that we have. But Get your lineups in if you haven't done it yet, folks. We have a minute and a half, but we're going to be going to Playback after this, playback.tv/stochastic. Come watch the games, sweat the news, all of that good stuff. All right, dummy lineups are in. I'm a dummy for actually closing that CSV instead of continuing to tweak what I have here.
Personal problem.
Yeah, it is. I still have way too much Kyle Lowry for today.
Yeah, I like Kyle Lowry for what it's worth. And then Nick Batum, too. These are two guys that I had a ton of before, and we didn't even get to talk about them. So Lowry's playing a fudge ton of minutes, and I don't think he's properly owned today. So I am 100% with you there.
We have 1 minute to go.
Jesus criminy. What is going on?
Get your stuff in if you haven't done it yet. What would you be possibly waiting for? All right. My most exposed people are Wendell Carter Jr., Joel Embiid, D'Angelo Russell, Gary Harris.
Yeah,
doing that again, I guess.
Yep.
I got a bunch of Evan Mobley once again. Fading pretty aggressively. AD. Basically fading pretty aggressively. LeBron James. 35 seconds. Whatever I have here is going in, folks.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I've heard that before.
Not.
I haven't. Psych. Psych. Oh, all right. Lineups are in, folks. If you want to know what I have, head on over to Playback right now. We're heading there. Thank you to Sleeper. Thank you to Jordan. Thank you to Eric. Thanks to you guys. We got quite the wrinkle during this show. Very different than what we had before. Let's see what the ownership ends up looking like. Good luck, everybody. We'll talk to you later.